Great insight. What about Andy Dufresne from Shawshank Redemption? He didn't choose to go to jail, get raped, and beat up, but he was still an interesting character. All right, so Jamie here, or is it Jaime? I don't really know. You'd probably be the best person to ask, because I don't know. What do you think your name is? So he's referring here to a video I made yesterday about how characters are defined by the choices they make. That's what makes them interesting. And he's saying, well, Andy didn't make choices because he was just thrown in prison. Okay, very often in any kind of story, something is thrust on the main character. A plane carrying a bunch of athletes crashes in the Andes. Now what? All right, so here in this case, a man convicted of a crime he didn't commit is thrown in prison. Now what? Now he starts making choices. Andy Dufresne was a man who was defined by choices. And as a matter of fact, that was his personal thesis statement that he shared with Red at the end of the movie. What did he say? He said, you either get busy living or get busy dying. You have a choice. His choice was to get busy living. The minute he wound up in prison, he made a choice, which was to break out. That's a dangerous choice because if he gets caught, he gets thrown in the hole, all these things could happen. But he decided, I'm breaking out. And so what did he do? The first person he befriended was Red. Why Red? Because Red was the guy who could get him the tools necessary to break out at all costs, right? He got the geological hammer, the Rita Hayworth poster to cover the hole in the wall. And then afterwards, what did he do? He befriended, quote unquote, the security guard. The security guard was complaining about taxes, and Andy risked his life and said, hey, I can help you with this. Do you trust your wife? The guy's like, he almost threw him off the roof, right? But then he helped him with his taxes. And why? Remember what did he get afterwards? What did he ask for in return? A bucket of suds for my guys, beer. Andy could ask for anything. He could ask for $1,000, but instead he asked for beer. Why? Because he didn't care. He already got what he wanted at that point. He didn't care anything else. He got what he wanted, which was to ingratiate himself with the guard and later work up the ladder so he can ingratiate himself with the warden as all part of his plan to hopefully break out of prison. Every decision he made was that choice to help to break out at all costs. They were dangerous decisions. So writing is simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. I think it helps if you look at it in that terms. And if you want more tips, sign up to my free newsletter. I call it my watch list. And it's free. It goes out every Friday. You can get on it here. Thanks for the question.